Oh my god, it hurts so much. Oh, it hurts so much. Oh my god, let's go. What is going on, guys? Number one, Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. I just hit puberty, i.e. I'm very sick right now. My voice has dropped several octaves, so I'm a man now, which is great, but it's painful. You know, it's a painful process becoming a man, not gonna lie. Let me get through this video as quickly as I can before my voice actually just falls out of my mouth. We're talking about Mistweaver Monk, and holy crap, I love this thing. I just want to do a quick, introductory video to Mistweaver, because it's really good. And I think it's, by far the hardest healer to play, the hardest healer to understand, fundamentally, what you're supposed to be doing, and the hardest healer to, be really good at. If you see a really good Mistweaver Monk with, a super high IO, those guys are insane. They're probably some of the best players in the game, honestly. This thing it's so different from what it used to be years ago. And let's just dive right in. So, I want to talk quickly about combat healing in general. I want to talk about the Faeline Stomp, how important it is. And then I want to talk about kind of your 3 different, regular healing rotations, your hots, and then what happens when there's a difficult moment, and then what happens when there's, a really, an oh shit moment, a really bad moment. And then I got a couple extra things I want to talk about too. Let's try and get through this. So, I'm not going to talk about the class tree really much at all, but I will talk about the spec stuff. When it comes to combat healing, I have never seen a healer that is more important to combat heal on than Mistweaver. Obviously, the other 2 main combat healers are going to be Holy Paladin and Disc Priest. And those 2 do damage and heal by basically doing damage. So, for Holy Paladin, for example, it's Avenging Crusader is a really big deal now. You can do a lot of damage just by pressing Judgment and Crusader Strike, and it heals nearby allies, right? Really, really big deal. For Disciplined Priest, of course, they have Atonement, and you have to heal through doing damage. You must. You do, a big Power Word Radiance on everybody, and then you just smite, Mind Blast, get your Mindbender out there, do all the damage, and it heals all your allies. Mistweaver Monk never used to be like that, and it is basically in the latter part of Shadowlands. It became a fist weaving, a primarily fist weaving spec. And when I say fist weaving, I simply mean mostly I'm talking about Teachings of the Monastery, which is obviously carried over into Dragonflight, and it's even got Ancient Teachings now as well, which is an additional buff. But with Paladin and with Disc Priest, they actually have a whole lot of tools outside of combat healing that are going to help you when you really need to triage people. So for Holy Paladin, it's hitting big Word of Glories, or it's Light of Dawns, or it's Divine Toll with your Holy Shocks, getting Glimmers out. Those are all kind of non-combat related, and if everybody's really dying, you can press Divine Toll. It'll heal everybody, right? And put Holy Shocks on them and Glimmer heal them. It's really, really good. Disc Priest, you have Power Word Radiance got doubled in the last patch in terms of its healing. So it's a massive amount of healing all on its own now, which is really cool. Excuse me, sorry. So there are other tools as well. You can Penance an ally, and it does a ton of single target healing. You've got your big damage reduction dome for Disc Priest, right? Monk doesn't really have those kinds of tools necessarily. A lot of your healing now has been pushed into combat healing. What do I mean by that? Mostly I'm talking about Faeline Stomp, Ancient Teachings of the Monastery, and of course Ancient Teachings down here. Here's what happens. Obviously Rising Mist as well down here. With Mistweaver Monk, you want to get your hots out. So I'm going to do Renewing Mist, and then you have to get Faeline down. And then you see that it's healing people, and then I'm just going to do damage. And that's going to heal people. Rising Sun Kick. See all the heals happening over here? Here's another Faeline Stomp. As long as I'm on the Faeline Stomp, it's healing people over here. I can even just spin. I can just spin, do damage, and it'll heal people. This has never been more of a combat healer than it is right now, and it's even more so than Disc Priest and Holy Paladin. If you are not healing your allies by doing damage, they will die. And when it comes to like serious triage moments, You actually just need to continue to heal by doing damage, and it's very counterintuitive. Because you'll think to yourself, oh my god, I gotta press like a big healing button in this moment because everybody's gonna die. I can't be doing damage, like they're gonna die. But it's actually your best way of healing people. Not entirely, but that is the gist of it, that if you're not continuously combat healing as a Mistweaver monk, everybody will die. And I found more and more and more in my keys that I've been running that if I'm not fist weaving correctly, everybody will just perish. Really, when it comes to fist weaving, or Mistweaver monk, sorry, it really is all about cutting your damage. And if you guys don't know, there's been a bunch of buffs to Faeline Stomp, which is super cool. And the importance of Faeline Stomp could not be higher than it is right now. If you are not fighting on your Faeline Stomp, everybody will die. You need to continuously be on this thing because it gives you so many big buffs. And I love it. I love fighting on it. But there's a little mini game you play where if you don't get resets on your Faeline Stomp, people will die because you need it for the next pack. So there's a really cool mini game where it's like you need to use Faeline Stomp as much as possible because it gives you the teachings of the monastery. It gives you the ancient teachings buff, which makes your Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick heal injured allies within 30 yards, right? So you need to continuously get this thing down because you only get the buff for 15 seconds. But the mini game is basically like, get it down as much as possible, but have it up for the next pack as well, or else you're going to be out to lunch there. So it's a fun mini game. I actually really enjoy playing it. But like, if you don't have this sucker down, you're kind of toast. What do we do for really bad moments? How do we actually get through those moments? There are a couple cooldowns you can use that are really important. Number one is going to be Chi-Ji, the Red Crane. I actually have this talented as a 1-minute Chi-Ji. And then there's, of course, Shaylin's Gift, which I just used right there. So this Tidal Burst goes off, which is really bad. That should have been kicked. Okay, that's really bad. That's okay. But then the living... I just basically correct all of it with a big Shaylin's Gift. This is really cool. So you can see I have 10 stacks on my Shaylin's Gift. If you don't know, this is the Legion artifact ability coming back. It draws in all nearby clouds of mist and then heals up to 3 allies for 6,300 per cloud absorbed. So this is going to heal everybody, the 3 people that I'm hitting, for 60,000 healing, which is pretty insane. So this is my oh shit button right here, is Shaylin's Gift. Look at everybody's health. And then boom, it tops them. It tops people. So it's really amazing for that. And you just have to wait till you get your clouds going. I actually took the Veil of Pride talent underneath Shaylin's Gift because it felt to me like getting a cloud every 4 seconds is really good. And I'm not good enough at Mistweaver yet to do Xiaohao's lessons. I'll talk about that in another video. So I really enjoy just getting a cloud every 4 seconds. Now, another thing you can do when you're in kind of an oh shit moment is do... Thunder Focus T into Essence Font, and that's really important because it makes the Essence Font channel twice as fast. And if you take Upwelling, which I actually did here, it makes your next Essence Font really strong, right? So it means that you're basically getting like a Giga enhanced Essence Font, but it's channeling twice as fast, which is very strong. So that's a really good combo. Thunder Focus T into the Essence Font there. And then, of course, actually, you have a wonderful external in your Life Cocoon, which is awesome. I end up getting pretty low here, and I Life Cocoon, I think, myself. But you can use it on anybody, so I'm pretty low here. And this is the best single target tool that you have. And there's a talent you could take that puts a Renewing Mist and Enveloping Mist. You can see it on my frame there. So this will get you right at a danger. It's not a problem at all. So I love having a single target external. I think that's actually so critical for healers. If you don't have that, sometimes that can just feel really frustrating. There's an Essence Font after a Thunder Focus T, and you can see how fast it channels, and it just brings everybody back up, which is really good. This is, of course, a horrific week. That was a Shaylin's Gift as well. I used all my tools right there, but I'll get them back, so it's not a big deal. Those are 2 of the tools that you can use that are actually really powerful. And then I also use Red Crane, and I'll show you that here. So I actually pop Red Crane right here in a second. This pack's kind of annoying, but I pop Red Crane right now. My next GCD, I think. There we go. Red Crane is super cool because whenever you Rising Sun Kick or Blackout Kick or Spinning Crane Kick, it'll kick up Gusts of Mists, which are your mastery. and it will heal those people. So it does a lot of healing. Watch this. I do a blackout kick here. Watch the health bars. Boom, 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 boom. They just go right up like that, right? And then you get this free enveloping mist, which you throw on somebody. So that's really cool. Then I just do it again. Kick, kick, kick. And that heals people. Let me just show you that one more time. Let me just look at the fighting. I'm going to kick right now. Blackout kick. Boom, boom, boom. It stabilizes. And then we can hit a big renewing mist on the druid. And then I think I Shaylin's gift at the end here to keep everybody alive. Just really good tools, especially for bursting Grievous, to help keep yourself going. But you have to do the bulk of it during combat. That's really, really important. So I'm just enveloping misting right now. This is actually kind of a mistake. Something I'm learning as a Mistweaver. When you get scared in these moments, you actually just need to get in there and do your damage. You have to trust that your rising, sun kick will start hitting really hard, and it will get everybody out of danger. We didn't have a curse to spell here, which was actually super annoying. The last big tool you can use is, of course, Revival. And I think I'll show you in a second here. So we're on the last trash pack here, and this is pretty cool. We get a bunch of bursting stacks, and I just decide to solve everything by pressing Revival, because Revival is, of course, a AoE mass dispel, which is super, super cool. So it comes out here in a second. You can see we have bursting stacks, and we have Grievous stacks ticking up, and it's starting to get a little bit annoying. Here comes the extra bursting at the end here, and I just cleared all Revival, and that wasn't even that bad of a situation, but it's just always nice to have a really, really good, that's your oh shit button, basically. So, I've been really impressed with Mistweaver, and I really feel like I've got a better handle on it now. I want to do a better video on a higher key, of course. This was only an 8. I ended up doing some 10s and 12s afterwards, which were much more difficult and presented more of a challenge, which is good. But just remember, a couple of key things. Get your renewing mists out. Get Faeline on the ground all the time. Don't be afraid to press Faeline Stomp repeatedly. It costs 10,000 mana. You might think it's bad. It's not. Just press it and you'll be happy with yourself. I promise you. When it comes to people taking lots of damage and you needing kind of like some cooldowns to help with this, remember, when you're on Faeline, you can always just spin. If there's enough targets, you can just spinning crane kick. And with your awakened Faeline buff, it says that your spinning crane kick heals 3 nearby allies for 70% of the damage it does. So I'm just spinning here and healing everybody. Spin, 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 and that's it. But you can use Thunder Focus Tea plus Essence Font. Really, really good AoE combo. If you really need to dig people out, you've got our supercharged Shaylin's gift that's stacking up. Make sure you use that sucker. It's very good. Here comes the Shaylin's gift right here. Boom. I don't think it's actually a smart heal, unfortunately, so it could fail in that way, but it's still very strong. And then, of course, you've got Red Crane. Red Chi-Ji is really, really good. And Revival is another good button for your single target cooldown external. You've got Life Cocoon as well. So make sure you use all the tools at your disposal. And it'll feel strange at first when you play it, but I promise you, if you trust in your ability to do the combat stuff effectively, press your Rising Sun kicks, press your blackout kicks, do spinning crane kick when there's lots of targets, and stay on your Faeline, you will actually be okay. That's the real skill test of a Mistweaver now. If you can pull that stuff off, I promise you'll be okay. You just have to trust that you'll be able to handle it. And it's a scary experience, I promise. The first like 10 times you do it in a dungeon, you'll be like, I gotta just press Enveloping Mist. I gotta start channeling Soothing Mist on people and just start hitting them with Vivify. That's what I have to do, and you don't have to do it. The last thing I will say is that you do get an instant cast Vivify every 10 seconds with Vivacious Vivification. That's really strong because you're getting free Renewing Mists, and of course your Vivify will heal everybody that's got Renewing Mist on them. So keep using that every 10 seconds. Just use that Vivify. It's instant. It'll basically be free. It's huge. It'll heal everybody with Renewing Mist. Very, very good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about Mistweaver. Please let me know what you think about this spec. I would love to hear from you. I'm just getting into it. So any comments you guys have would be helpful. Any helpful tips and tricks you have for me would be very, very helpful. I would appreciate it. Be gentle. Okay? I just became a man. Be gentle. But I would appreciate the feedback from you guys. Thank you so much again for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one.